What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rebel here, and since I unlocked Damascus Camo, I wanted to take a look back at the journey for Damascus Camo and go over how I feel about it. Did you guys know I unlocked Damascus?
On your feet, soldier! We are leaving!
So how we all doing? Hope we're all having a wonderful day today. So today I wanted to go over the history of the weapon mastery camos, take a look at what they were like in the past just very briefly, just my own history, not the actual history, because I don't want to Google it or anything. So I remember with Modern Warfare 2 and 3, trying to get gold camo on some of the guns that were the favorites of mine. Then there was Black Ops 3, which had dark matter. I failed to get it. It was too grindy for me, and I didn't feel like putting that much time in back then. However, then when World War II came out, I did go after the mastery camo of Chrome, and of course I unlocked it. But not only that, I also got Chrome Tiger in World War II, and then in Black Ops 4 I went ahead and got dark matter in that one too. And those were all very fun. If there's something that I learned about mastery camos in the past, it's that they have a lesson to teach. They have something to teach you and something that you can learn from the challenges. The reward was a visual display of your skill. Now in the past games, or at least in World War II, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, it was get 100 headshots. That was with most of the weapons. Get 100 headshots, didn't matter what level you were at. Once you got 100 headshots, you would unlock the rest of the camo challenges. And I liked that it was 100 headshots because in past games, headshots didn't have as big of a multiplier as they do in this game. It wasn't really worth it to go for it. So there was a clear divide by choosing to go for headshots and trying to get those camo challenges unlocked sooner rather than later. It was something that you didn't have to do, but choosing to do so would progress you in the weapon camos. In a sense, you could almost say that headshots for most basic weapons in the past games was solely for weapon camos. Then you had the 50 kills with attachments and 50 kills without attachments. This is perfect for a pick 10 system because you have two choices. Stack your weapon or stack your character. If you don't have any attachments on your weapon, that gives you a whole bunch of perks and other stuff like that that you can add to your character. If you choose to stack only your weapon and have 5 attachments, you have to use every single pick 10 slot on just that weapon, which really teaches you the wide expanse of choices that you have and how to build a character solely with only the base weapon, or how to build a character that is only relying on a super stacked weapon with no ebb and flow of choosing attachments and what else they can be used for. There's really no point to having this challenge, because when you get down to it, playing with a worse gun with no benefits teaches you absolutely nothing. And yes, this does include World War II, how they had no attachments, but it didn't matter on your creative class. You could have had them or not, it didn't matter. I did not really like that challenge in that game. Didn't think it really taught you anything. On top of that, we had the 10 double kills, which was for most weapons, and boy do I love this challenge. It really taught me flanking and or positioning. Learning where to place yourself on the maps, where to aim at the choke points, where people are going to be pre-aiming themselves, where to flank, and all of that. It was a great challenge. Because one thing I learned from this challenge really early on is that if you're in a 2v1 head-to-head gunfight, you're gonna lose. You're probably not gonna kill both of them. That's just how it's gonna go. The easiest ways to go about killing both of them would be if you were beside them or behind them, which both are results of flanking or proper positioning on the map. Great lessons that these things would teach you back in the day. Then on top of that, you had the 5 bloodthirsties, which if anything, this really teaches you a conservative play style. Now you can look at it like you're probably somewhat campy, or other people could be somewhat campy to get this. Yes. But with a game with normal time to kill and normal ADS speeds, you can beat a camper if you know where they are. If you know where they are and you jump around the corner, you know how to maneuver, you can take them out. You can end their streak. It's not a foolproof way of getting bloodthirsties. But learning how to preserve your life, learning what choices will and will not result in you dying is a great lesson to be teaching. In general, staying alive and learning how to stay alive will result in you becoming a much better player. Then for the last camo challenge they had in the older games, they had the 10 long shots, and I said it before and I'll say it again, this teaches absolutely nothing. I guess it could teach you to stay back and engage from a distance, but I have absolutely no idea how that would make you a better player. Maybe just the exposure of getting into long distance combat, but then at the same time, I don't understand why point blank kills wouldn't be a camo challenge. So overall, I think the older challenges really taught a lot more. They were way more challenging, but they took a lot less time to do. And it resulted in you learning how to become a better player. So now let's talk about mastery camos in Modern Warfare. And my main takeaway from this game is that the majority of these challenges make you do things that do not make you a better player, sometimes make you a worse player, so it doesn't really teach you anything. But in result, you get a visual display of how much time you were willing to sink into this game. Very few challenges in this game are actually challenging. Most of them are just grindy. Before, you were required to get 100 headshots to unlock the other 5 camo challenges. Now it's just solely based on leveling. And in this game, the weapon levels are so unbelievably high that half of the challenge is just grinding. So one of the first challenges we have in Modern Warfare are kills. Just kills. Literally, just kills. So basically, just use it. You need to level it up to unlock the camos, and the only way to level up the weapon is kills. Is it me, or is this just incredibly redundant and teaches you absolutely nothing? Then we have headshots, which honestly I did like them as an introduction, as I kind of explained earlier. Here, yes, it actually does teach you something, and that is to aim for the head, because headshots have a bigger multiplier and they kill faster. So this actually does teach you something. I don't like that change, and I don't think that there should be that much of a variant in gunfights. It makes gunfights so inconsistent, and I don't really care for it. However, I will admit that this does teach you something. But honestly, knowing Infinity Ward, I'd have to say that that thought was probably unintentional. Generally not bad. Generally not a bad challenge. However, I would say that 125 for the rifle is probably a little too high. The next camo challenge we have on the list is crouching kills. This teaches you absolutely nothing. Maybe drop shots? Honestly, you move slower while you're crouching, so this challenge, by its very nature, promotes a slower playstyle. Plus, you need way too many of these. This challenge for most guns took me way too long. I did not like it. Honestly, crouching will improve little to nothing in your playstyle. Plus, it's not hard. This isn't even a challenge. It's just grindy. Then next we have hipfires, which hipfires makes you not aim down sights, which makes you a worse player. You know, for the completionist calling card in past games, when they made you do this, it was okay, because it was also tied to an attachment. But for every single weapon, no. And also, if you complete this, it just shows your willingness to keep playing on shipment over and over. At least they switched the numbers around a little. It made you need to get more hipfire kills with the SMGs than the rifles. At least they did that. And next on the list, we got long shots, which honestly I hate more than I did in the past games. It was 10 before. I don't get this one. I don't get this challenge. I don't understand why they need to put long shot challenges for camo challenges. I feel like Infinity Ward probably just copy and pasted this challenge from before, but then just exponentially increased the amount that you need. Honestly, all this challenge did, it didn't teach me anything. It just resulted in me playing on way too much shoot house and ground war. Next on the list, we have the mounted kills, or as I like to call them, hey, we added a new mechanic that's fundamentally ruining the game. Please use it. This is the worst challenge in the game. This is hands down the worst challenge in the game. It's not the hardest challenge. It's not the most challenging. It's the worst thought out. But it does teach you something. Honestly, I will give it that. It does teach you something. It teaches you that because of the really fast time to kill in this game and the sort of below average ADS speeds, that if you're pre-aiming and mounted, you're more than likely going to get the kill. So what this does is it teaches you to camp and mount and wait, and hopefully you'll get the kill. And what that does is promotes a slower, campy playstyle that is fundamentally the antithesis of what Call of Duty and the fast-paced action arcade twitch shooter is supposed to be. If I have any advice to Infinity Ward, it would be remove this challenge, remove this mechanic, and never add it to another game that is a Call of Duty game ever again. Then we have all attachments and no attachments, which once again, like most of these challenges, teaches you absolutely nothing that's going to result in you being a better player. There is no benefit for using no attachments, unlike with the pick 10 system where there is a benefit to using no attachments. There is no hindrance by using all attachments. You're just allowed to use 5 attachments all the time on every gun. So there's no hindrance that you're facing by using 5 attachments. You should always use as many attachments that are going to make the gun better. The only reason you're not going to use all 5 attachments is if you haven't unlocked enough attachments yet. You know, and it just so fundamentally goes against the lessons in the past games of the pick 10 system of how it actually meant something to either have no attachments or all attachments. This is not the case here. This is a stupid challenge and it's too easy. The no attachments one makes your weapon worse, which doesn't make you a better player at all, but it's not hard. You just have to get kills with no attachments. With the fast time to kill, you can get a kill with anything in this game. Then we have kills after reloading, which teaches you to reload at bad times, resulting in you being a worse player. Honestly, this is the antithesis of what a camo challenge should be. This is the complete opposite of what you should be doing. You know, it's fine for a completionist calling card, but not for a weapon camo challenge. I would like to point out that rifles and SMGs don't have a double kill challenge. Instead, they have this. Stupid choice. And from there, we're gonna hop into double kills. Very strange that assault rifles and SMGs aren't gonna be on this list. Even stranger that sniper rifles are, but they don't have kills after reloading. That's very strange to me. It seems like snipers should be kills after reloading, not double kills. So I don't know who made that choice, but no. But honestly, it's not a bad challenge. It's not a bad challenge. It fits the meta. But honestly, the most upsetting thing about this is just how they chose to implement it and with what weapons they chose to put this on. And very strange, the numbers. You have shotguns, marksmen, and snipers, the knife and pistols all at 25. I like this challenge, but not with the sniper rifles. I think the marksman rifles are okay for this, but the sniper rifles should have been kills after reloading, honestly. And then we have some of the off challenges that are just kind of there on some of the guns. We have point blank kills, which I don't know why they're not there for the other things like assault rifles if they're picking stupid stuff like kills. For point blanks, the shotgun's 50, and then you have one shot kills with marksman rifles and sniper rifles also being 50, which is the most redundant, stupid challenge that there could be, considering they're almost always one shot kill weapons. Honestly, this is the easiest challenge in the game that's tracking correctly. For example, next we have the shield and knife, which most of those challenges are broken. Kills from behind, kills near smoke, buzz kills, and finishers all just tracked for no reason whatsoever. However, crouching kills with a knife has got to be one of the stupidest choices in the game for camo challenges. It's up there with all of them. All of their choices are equally stupid. This one is just another one tied for first. Crouching kills with a knife. However, the worst is the 3 kills without dying streaks, because for some very, very stupid reason, the shield you have to do it 25 times, and the knife you have to do it 10 times. The knife, the easier weapon to get 3 kills without dying, you only need 10. The shield, the harder weapon to get 3 kills without dying, you need 25. Not to mention that's the same number of kills that you have to get 2 kill streaks of. Get 2 kills without dying. Because yes, they had to change that from double kills because it was almost impossible, because they put absolutely no thought into this and it's blatantly obvious. The shield's harder. The shield's harder to get 3 kill streaks with, yet you need 15 more of them. Why? Why, Infinity Ward? Why? On the other hand, the 3 kills without dying, the 3 kill streaks, that's fine with all the other guns. It's not really a challenge like Bloodthirsty's, but hey, it's not bad. The only thing is, you unlock that camo challenge when your gun is at max level, so you have to get it to max level just to unlock that, and that's gonna take you, depending on the gun, like for rifles, for example, you're gonna need like 1,000 kills just to start working on this. That's not how it should be. Then lastly, let's wrap it up with the launchers. You need 125 kills, 40 attackers, 40 defenders, and 50 kills with amped. Why are there so many challenges that revolve around killing people and not score streaks? It really felt like they just had to find as many as they could and make them to where they're just grueling challenges to have to accomplish. And it's not even challenge, it's just grueling grinding. Especially when you had shoot house and shipment. It's like, just go to shoot house and shipment and play hardpoint and try to get attacker defender medals there or something. It's just, oh my god, I do not understand their reasoning behind this, or at least, I mean, I guess putting them in, but why make the numbers so high? And I think at first, the launchers, at the game's release, the launchers weren't leveling up by score streaks, only kills. The weapon that's designed to destroy score streaks wouldn't level up from destroying score streaks. As far as the actual streaks go, a lot of these challenges are fine. You might need too many of them, and some of them might not be tracking properly, but they're pretty fine. I mean, just destroying airstreaks, cold-blooded destroys, spotter destroys, I guess the vehicle destroys. Oh, it's somewhat easy. The only thing that doesn't really make sense is ground streak destroys, because the only ground streaks that we're counting were shield turrets, sentry guns, and the wheel sim, because tanks in ground war, I don't think they were really counting. Then they made it to where neutral vehicles counted, which I didn't get to exploit, and then they just made it to where nothing in ground war counted anymore. It was so bad. Their choice in this was so bad that they actually had to make personal UAVs and counter UAVs count as ground streaks, because this challenge had no thought put into it. So overall, I gotta say, there's absolutely no challenge here. There's no challenge whatsoever, except maybe with some of the launchers and the shield. Besides that, it's just grinding. It's just grinding. It's literally just playing long enough and doing stupid things long enough, because who's gonna run around and just be like, oh, mount real quick, okay, keep going, oh, mount real quick, oh yeah, I gotta get some mount. No, it's so dumb. These challenges are all about time consumption and not skill. There are no lessons taught here. There are no lessons taught in these weapon camo challenges. Any lessons that are taught reinforce a slow, campy playstyle that fundamentally goes against what Call of Duty is at its core. It is the antithesis of Call of Duty, a fast-paced action arcade Twitch shooter. It's just so much. I just catch so many people mounted, reloading, long shot, headshots, and then crouch walk, duck walking around corners. It's nuts. I can't. I feel like these challenges, and I don't know if people are going for them. I don't know if a lot of people are going for them. But if they are, all that's going to do is result in a slower, campy playstyle overall that is fundamentally against what the meta of this game is supposed to be. But as much as a hater as I am, I couldn't help but get it myself, so I got Damascus, and I gotta say, this is the least satisfied I've been getting a mastery camo in a Call of Duty game. I just feel more relief than anything, because now I have the freedom to not play this game as much. You know, it's what my channel's based on, basically. I could play other games here and there and talk about other stuff occasionally, but oh boy, it's good to know that I'm done with Damascus. Oh my god, because that was and until next time, peace. Oh wait, hit the like button, hit the sub button, gently click the notification bell. Let me know what you think about the Damascus grind in this game. Is it way worse than all of the other Call of Duties like I'm saying it is? Yes, the answer is yes. And until next time.